Welcome to my brand new series, I Failed. Here's where I'm going to be bringing back agents that used to be on this team to share their story with you on why they did not succeed. Everybody out there, including myself, is sharing successes from top producers of what they're doing to be successful, but nobody's sharing what happens to the ones that failed. So I am unveiling the curtain of full transparency to allow these agents to share their story with you so you can get a different side of the business and really make a informed decision on whether or not this industry is right for you. My name is Dana Neeson, and welcome to I Failed. Welcome Nathan Brady to the I Failed series. How you doing, Nathan?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. So thank you for being part of this series and humbling yourself to share with the world some of the struggles and roadblocks that you ran into and why you ultimately decided it wasn't a good fit for you. I really appreciate it.
No problem at all.
Moving the hat. So let's just start off by introducing our audience to you when you got your license and what your experience was in the business prior to even coming over here.
Okay. I got my license. Oh, it's been about a year. I got my licenses about a year and a half ago.
Mhm.
Um, Tried selling insurance as an independent agent for multiple companies.
Uh-huh.
Ran into a major roadblock of paying for leads.
Oh, okay.
That is a big um, part in the insurance business, at least this part of the insurance business, that a lot of people miss is that you have to pay for leads if you're not working for an agency that pays for them for you. Um, and kind of got to a point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. Not turning over enough clients
Yeah.
to, backfill what we're paying for leads. So made a decision to go captive and reach out to you guys. I saw plenty of your videos.
Well, hold
Um,
on, hold on. Let's not get there yet. I have some
okay.
questions for you about your experience before. There's some holes here that I want to fill in the gaps.
Okay.
So you're a broker. Now, are you under an IMO
Um,
or
uh, yes, I was under somebody else.
that's
Um,
fine. Yeah, you don't have to say the name.
yeah, yeah,
And then were you purchasing leads from that IMO or were you self-generating them on your own?
self-generating
So, because
through
that's a really
Facebook.
important distinction.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you were actually doing the work and spending the time to self-generate your own leads, which means that you control the narrative, you controlled what they saw, you took them through your own funnel and could essentially control the quality, right? So what was the quality
Correct.
like of the leads that you generated?
Um, Not very good. Uh, it's
Why?
it's yeah. So to capture the type of client that we were looking for,
Mhm.
um, the leads in general aren't high intent. They're clicking on something because they're we got a lot of, oh, I thought this was free, and it's like nothing in here says it's free. Um, so you had a lot of those types of people, right, looking
Interesting.
for a free handout.
Yeah.
So trying to walk that fine line was difficult, um, and they were just expensive, just
That was
expensive.
going to be my next question. What was your cost per lead on average?
I don't have that answer
I don't
for you.
remember. That's okay.
No.
No worries. This is just the more information we have, the more impactful it will be to the people that
Yeah.
watch this. And how long did you try that for, that model?
Uh, Probably 8 months.
8 months. Okay. And
Hmm.
did you have any telesales experience prior to doing this?
No, no telesales. I've had sales experience, just
Okay.
not telesales.
Sales experience. Okay.
Mhm.
And the ultimate goal, or what were you hoping to get out of the industry when you got into it?
Financial freedom. Easy
That's
one.
what, of course, that's what everyone wants, financial
Yeah.
freedom.
Yeah.
And
So I'm moving on to, I have a couple years left and I'm moving on to kind of the next step in my life.
yeah,
Um, and trying to find that path is what kind of got me toward the insurance stuff.
yeah.
Um, to try to create something for myself and my family for after I'm done with the current, my current career.
Okay, understood. And so insurance seemed like the way, and I'm sure there's lots of stuff online that pointed you towards how easy it could be
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
how you can build that book of business. Okay, so at the in the 8 months that you were doing it, was your wife involved at all?
Yes, my wife was heavily involved.
What role did she play in this?
She
We're
was
going to get
doing
to
most
her
of
in a second.
the, yeah, she was doing most of the marketing and lead generating. She was creating the ads, creating the funnels.
Mhm.
She was doing that part of it, and my job was the sales.
Was the sales.
Hmm.
Okay. So you guys were a team and she was creating all this business for you. The business wouldn't close. You're spending money, each month and it's just not converting. And so you reached out to YouTube?
Yeah, so I was already on YouTube. I feel like if you're not on YouTube watching something, learning something,
Yeah.
you're kind of
You're falling
uh,
behind.
you're falling behind. But as far as turnovers, we were turning over leads, but the amount of leads you had to purchase
Mhm. Yeah.
just to get one quality lead was just outrageous, and it was kind of uh, put us in a tight spot.
Got it. Okay.
Spent a
So 8 months
lot of money.
in and I got a notification on my calendar that you had booked a call with me.
Hmm.
How long were you watching my videos for before you reached out?
I was watching your videos probably for 5 of that 8 months.
Oh, okay. Good.
Hmm.
So I was helping you with your sales process along the
Hmm.
way. So it was just like financial, it just wasn't making sense financially to keep going the way you were going. Got it.
Correct. And there was a trainer on the side that I was working for the IMO. They had a trainer,
Mhm.
and their philosophy was completely different.
Oh,
So training with him, it was like, yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would do this, and I'm like
oh,
conflicted. It was very conflicting. And um, I guess why I didn't go sooner was probably the captive part.
yeah.
I was drawn to more of being the broker and having multiple companies um, to sell for
I do
versus
have to
one.
say something really quick about that word so I don't get in trouble. So Lincoln Heritage Life Insurance Company is not a captive
Okay.
carrier. The reason that you can't be light or contracted with other carriers on my team specifically is because we provide free leads. But Lincoln Heritage technically is not captive. So that's my
Okay.
disclosure.
Got it.
So someone
Got
doesn't come after me.
it.
I've already gotten in
See
trouble
why?
before. Um, okay. And so what about that worried you? Only having one company versus having multiple companies.
Oh, competitiveness, prices.
Right.
Pretty much the the type of client that we're looking for, typically
Mhm.
low income,
Yeah.
um, and is not necessarily too concerned about the quality
Hmm.
as they are the cost.
Do you still feel that way today?
In certain respects, yes.
Okay.
But it's so there's an educational part, as you already know,
Yeah.
to selling the product.
Yeah.
Um, but in society itself, a lot of people don't care about the product. They're looking at what's the cheapest I can get and
Yeah.
what's the most amount I can get for the least amount out of pocket.
Yeah.
Um, but then again, those people are also the ones that can be resold by
Yeah.
another agent.
Yeah.
So um, the product on the Lincoln Heritage side is by far none, I think, best product out there. Um, and my wife would attest to that. There's
Well, no one knows who your wife is yet. Hold on.
yeah, okay. I won't introduce her.
So, all right. So you book a discovery call with me on my calendar, because you still want to stay in insurance, but you're conflicted about broker, selling for one company, um, buying, funneling your own leads, getting them on, getting them at a reduced commission. What did the reduced commission part also bother you as much
No,
as the one care? No, it was
not at
just,
all.
oh, okay.
Not at all. That was an easy conversion, um, or an easy, I guess that was an easy decision, just
Okay.
because I knew how much leads cost,
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't have to worry about the time, the effort, um, or paying for the leads. That's an easy one. Uh, that wasn't even put into the equation.
Got it. Okay. Now, when we had our discovery call together, your wife was on the call, as well. She was in the process of getting her license, or did she already have it at that point? I think she was in the
No, she didn't. She was in the process, so she
she
had
was,
no plans on selling insurance. She had
right.
none.
None.
Um, Actually, anything that she's ever done, since we've been married, I've always kind of like pushed her, said, "Hey, you could do this,"
Yeah.
type of thing. And she, other than owning a business, she had never had like sales experience. So I was like, "Oh," she's like, "Do you think I could do this? I'm on the phone making appointments anyways." I was like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, of course you can do it. It's a
I love it.
no-brainer." And I
So,
do have a side note. I don't know if I should really say it on here, but as far as um, people that I think do very well in this business or can do very well,
yeah, say it. Absolutely.
I think women have the upper hand. I
You know
really
what?
do.
I love that you said that, which is fine. And I think that in a lot of cases they do. But for the interview series that I'm doing here, the majority of the people I'm interviewing are women.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you should
Uh,
watch and see.
so so I mean I can add more to that.
So anyway, you come in, your wife is getting her license. Let's just say who your wife is at this moment. So your wife is Nicole Brady. If you don't
Yep.
know who Nicole Brady is, I just interviewed her a couple months ago. I'll put the link to her interview here on the description below so you can go watch it. But your wife is one of our top agents, right? Actually, Nathan, I'm probably going to be in Italy with you in April.
I'm hoping.
Right? Because she's right now one of the only agents on my team that's qualifying for the big Lincoln Heritage trip. It's the most exclusive trip they've ever done. They're limiting it to such a small group, and she is trending, to get there. So we'll rewind. You come in a few weeks later, Nicole comes in, but you come in under a different program than her
Mhm.
to start, right? So you came in on the traditional program we've always offered with the free leads, the reduced commission, daily group training, the systems and all of that, which we've done for years. A few weeks later, Nicole comes in and we had just launched our agent and training program at a 40% commission, but you get the benefit of at the time just our two managers, Melissa S and Melissa V, to jump on your calls and help you close your sales in real time. Now you had more sales experience than she did,
Mhm.
right? So do you think, I don't want to go too far ahead, but I always am curious to know because we couldn't lower your commission when you came in. Lincoln wouldn't let us. Do you think had you have gone through the same program that she went through, you might have had different results?
Um, Possibly. I don't think that was that's to me that's not why I failed. Although
Okay.
I really hate saying that. I had a hard time saying yes to this interview. I'll say that.
Well,
I
it's,
don't
it's
like.
just clickbait, right? I mean, it's not that you failed, it's that you realize that it's not for you.
So I was in a, I was in the middle of a transition
Mhm.
um, that I did not expect the time commitment
Mm,
on for the other stuff I was doing.
yeah.
Um, I didn't expect it to be what it was because what I'd been doing for the last 4 years, I had a pretty steady schedule, and then in order to continue doing what I was doing, I moved into a new position, and it took a lot of my time. Um, so trying to balance both of them
Hmm.
became a real struggle for me. And the other one, unfortunately, I couldn't let go of. So I
The
was,
other position, yeah.
yeah,
Right, of
I'm
course.
contracted into that. So I had to make a decision, which um, I didn't take lightly. It's I still struggle with it today
Mm,
because I don't like quitting something,
yeah,
and I don't like feeling like I failed at something.
yeah.
But here we are.
But if you really were not able to give it everything that it required in order to truly see success, it's like you can't really fail if you never really gave it your all from the beginning. Does that make sense? I'm trying to help
It
you.
makes sense. It makes sense, but regardless, I've got my feelings toward it, and
Yeah.
um, last thing I want to do is disappoint anybody. Uh, Kind of a people pleaser, um, but I had to make a decision that was best for me,
Hmm.
and I didn't want to have somebody babysitting me, coming from your end.
Hmm. Like, where are
So
you? Why aren't you on the phones? That type of
correct,
thing. So
correct. And
speak.
this is an industry that you have to be on the phones. If you're not on the phones, why even here?
Yeah, 100%. So speak to your, because you were only here for how long? A handful of months?
Probably 4 months.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah,
say three,
something
4 months.
like
So what was it like during the time that you were here and you were focused in the time that you could be? What was that like?
that. I mean, it was good. The training's good. I felt like you put a lot of time into your training um, system to help each agent work their way through whatever it is they need to work through.
Hmm.
You provide them with a script, a very well written script. You go through bits and pieces of that script for training with the agents, both in a group and individually. So that was all positive for me. I don't really have anything negative toward you, Lincoln Heritage, or Taylor Legacy. Um, everything that transpired was all on my end.
Yeah. And do you see that as like a theme now that you've had a lot of experience or as much experience as you did in the business that oftentimes people that don't succeed really just their circumstances or their effort led them to choose a different path rather
I
than
think
the career itself?
I think effort.
Hmm.
Seeing the people that come and go. Um, I think one is effort. How much effort does somebody want to put into it?
Hmm.
Like if this is your job, you got to sit here from 7 to 5, 8 to 5. You have to have set hours, and you have to be treating it like a job.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just wasting your time and
Right.
and your time as well. Because the training that goes into it.
I think a lot of people have the false understanding or misconception that you can just make calls and people are there like ready, willing, and able to have a conversation with you and they want life insurance and you're just going to sell it like you're an order taker and it's like this this vision of what it's going to be like. Did you ever have that vision of the industry? You did.
Yes. When I first started out, I was like, oh, you kidding me? You buy leads, people click the ad because they want life insurance,
Yeah.
and then you call them, they're like, I didn't click on that, yelling at you, and you're like, whoa,
And
okay,
you're the one that literally, your wife is the one that literally created the thing that they
yeah,
clicked on, right? So, and
yeah,
it's no different here, right? People are giving you the same objections, the same resistance that you got when you experienced yourself. So you already kind of knew what it was going to be like when you came here.
hmm
And that's
absolutely. That
bother you.
I, no, I knew exactly what it was going to be like. I was very comfortable coming over
Yeah,
with the idea of, like you said, the cut and commission, um, just because I knew that side of it already,
right.
which I don't think a lot of people that come in know that side of it. They've never
Correct.
paid for a lead. They've never created a lead. They think that all leads are great leads, and it's like, no, no, you got to go in it with no lead is a great lead. I have to make this a good lead.
I think I have
And
a
if you,
video. It's not titled this, but I've wanted to create like a video on what is a lead. I think there's like a series, a docu series right now. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to be politically incorrect at the moment. I'll share it with you offline.
okay,
But like what is a lead? Because I think that your interpret like that alone will really help put you in the mindset of what the job description actually is, and that it requires so much of you as a salesperson to be disciplined, to stick to that schedule, to take that rejection, and to be really strong in your sales process. And ultimately, it really just came down to the fact that you couldn't give it everything that you needed to in order to get the results that we were all looking for, right?
hmm
But you
yes,
gave us your wife.
I did. I'm glad I did.
We are
It's
eternally
been,
grateful. We are. We
yeah,
love her so much. And who knows, maybe one day you'll come back and you'll be on her team.
maybe, we'll see. She, she's special for sure.
So why don't you leave our audience with any advice or words of encouragement for someone who is considering joining this team or just being in the industry in general?
Have grit, have grit, follow the instructions that they're given. And then practice. Practice is what's going to get them, past the objections and to a sell. You know, don't worry about the people that hang up on them, cuss at them, yell at them. Don't worry about those people.
It's like part
They
of the job description.
correct, correct. Have thick skin
Mhm.
and listen to what they want. You
And the money will
don't
come,
find,
right? The money is a
yeah.
result of the effort, and the proof is in what very successful agents are doing every day. We see it all the time.
Well, um, I will say that I think a lot of people get into it. Luckily, my wife and I are financially stable,
Mhm.
but I think a lot of people get into it that may not be in a good financial situation, so they're looking for that quick money, and not going to be quick money. They may get a couple sales, they may get, a check for $1,000. Don't go spend it. Don't go spend it. got
That's
a
a
got an average of what 20% drop off, right? 20% I think is what they
yeah.
say.
Yeah, I mean
So
that's good too,
yeah,
right? The
gotta
20% drop off is that's a good number. 80% persistency is what you want to strive for, but it's almost a guarantee
mhm,
that that
right.
20% fall off.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Nathan. I really appreciate it. I am looking forward to spending time with you and Nicole in Italy. I know that you guys are going to be there with us. It'll be so fun to be there together. And thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Dana.